All right, here we go. So, welcome friends. We are going to have a lovely practice today. We're going to look at a cooling pre-summer practice. So it's not quite summer yet, but there's days that get warmer than we'd like, and this is just a good way to have a nice, cool practice for the coming heat. So the weather is lovely today in the Midwest for your Midwest weather report. And we are coming into June soon here, so we're looking forward to that. And let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing, let's find a comfortable seated position. So seated on the floor, in a chair, cross-legged or legs out, whatever is going to work for you today. So I'm sitting on a blanket to elevate the hips above the knees and just let the hips relax a little bit so the knees can have a more space there. So if you're comfortable and you would like, you can close your eyes. And let's take a moment to check in with the body first here. And just notice what we're feeling. Just becoming aware of where we're holding on to tension in the body. And knowing as we go through our practice today that we're going to tighten and release those muscles to get into that relaxation response. So one more time around the horn here, check in. See if there's anything else that you are noticing. And then let's come into the breath a little bit here. And let's start just by noticing first. And we're going to start, I'm going to show you a breath that you may or may not have seen yet. It is called Shitali. I like to call it swamp cooler breath. Some people call it straw breath, but that's not. There's another type of breath that we would also call straw breath. So just to be specific. All right, so what we're going to do is curl the tongue if you can. So this is genetic. If you can't curl the tongue, that's okay. You're going to tuck the tongue in behind the back, bottom, front teeth. So behind the bottom teeth, in front. Okay. Or if you can curl your tongue, you're going to curl your tongue. And that is our inhale. We're going to inhale through the mouth and exhale out through the nose. So why it's called the swamp cooler is we're bringing that air over the tongue, which is moist, and that moisture is going to help cool the body. So let's do a couple, try it out, see what you think. All right, so curl the tongue either around or behind the teeth. Inhale. And exhale out through the nose. Again, inhale through the tongue or over the tongue. Exhale out through the nose. Again, inhale. And exhale out through the nose. Go ahead and do two more on your own, at your own pace. Beautiful. And then when you've completed that, come back to your regular breath for a couple of breaths. Excellent. All right, let's come into some movements. So some of the things that we do out in the summer is maybe work in the yard or play some sports that we haven't played in a while because we've been indoors too much. So let's bring both arms out in front. We're going to tuck the thumbs, wrap the fingers around, make circles with the wrists. Excellent. Maybe switch direction. Maybe they go independently. Excellent. And then release that and shake that out. If you like, palms together, interlace the fingers and making figure eights. Excellent. Release that. You can shake that out. And then we're going to extend one arm and gently bring the fingers back towards the shoulder without overextending the elbow. Give a little soft bend there. And thumb down towards the floor. And extend the other arm, fingers back towards the shoulder. And thumb down towards the floor. Excellent. And shake that out. And then from here, let's move down to the ankles and feet. And then we'll move some more of the big joints in the body. Okay, so if your legs aren't out in front already, go ahead and bring them out in front. And then let's start with, I'm gonna come down off my little blanket there. That might be comfortable. It might not, if you are comfortable where you are, stay there. It's a little bit more comfortable for me to come down all the way. So we're going to start with extending the heels away from the hips, keeping a bend in the knees, and then we're going to point and flex, point and flex. So that's our inhale breath is pointing, exhale to flex. Very nice. And then let's make circles around with the ankles. So you can start with one, or maybe do both at the same time. Go in both directions. Maybe they go independently. Very nice. And then one of my favorites is turning the sole of the foot in towards the center line. And then bringing the pinky back towards the shoulder. So you're not really turning the tops of the foot in towards the center, but that's the idea. So soles of the feet, tops of the feet. Excellent. And then just for fun, because we're here, let's open the toes away from each other. So if you can see my hands, probably not, how about that? Opening the fingers like that, that's how I want you to open your toes, if you can. And if you can't move them very much, imagine them opening. And where the mind goes, the body goes. So that's kind of what setting an intention is like, where you want things to go. That's where you set your mind towards. Excellent. And then let's finish up with our windshield wipers. What I want you to notice here, if you can, is this rotation. So we're moving the foot, and it's coming all the way up into that hip joint. So when the right foot, the pinky toes towards the floor, that's our external rotation. When the big toes in towards the center line, that's our internal rotation. So maybe just notice how that feels. Excellent. All right, from here, let's come back to our comfortable seated position. And we're going to move into moving the spine. So let's start with our cat and cow. So we're going to exhale cat, drop the chin. Rounding the spine behind us. On the inhale, we're going to come forward, looking up, so we have the opposite curve. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Excellent. And then coming back to center. So we're going to do cat and cow one more time. We're going to hold for an extra breath when we get there. So let's do it dynamically. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Next time you come back to cat, pause here and take another inhale and exhale. And then next inhale, come into cow and take an extra exhale and inhale. And then on your next exhale, come back to neutral. Awesome. All right, so let's come into our lateral side body for the spine. I'm going to move up a little bit. I don't know if that's going to affect the lighting here. Not really. All right. So let's come into our lateral here. So sometimes I like to use the blocks. If I'm sitting like this and I put my hands on the blocks, I'm elevating that spine, giving it some more space. So if you don't have blocks, that's okay. You can do just hands on the floor. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to do a couple of different versions of our lateral. And then we'll do a hold like we did with the cat and cow. All right, so let's start with just this simple movement. First side, inhale, just vertical, and then exhale, bring it back. Inhale, second side. Exhale, bring it back. All right, let's do a couple of rounds of that. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Nice. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Last time, last side. And all right. So then our next set of this is we're going to add a second breath while we're moving. So we're going to inhale. First side comes up to vertical. On the exhale, we're going to come over towards the opposite side. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, release. Second side, so I'm pushing in on the hand on the first side. Inhale, exhale. So when I push in on the hand that's on the floor on the block, I'm keeping this knee from popping up. Inhale and exhale. All right, let's do a couple of those. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, second side. Exhale, over towards the side. Inhale, up. Exhale, release. Excellent. All right, one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last time on the second side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, and release. All right. So now we're going to do one breath for the full movement. All right, so this is what it looks like. So first side, inhale all the way up and over. Exhale all the way back. Second side, inhale all the way up and over. Exhale all the way back. Beautiful. All right, so let's do a couple rounds of that. Inhale, first side. Exhale. Remember to push into that hand that's on the floor of the block. And also going just as far as is comfortable. I'm here to guide you into options. So if this option is not working for you, we can come not quite as far. You can go back to one of those previous ones that we tried. All right, so finishing the second side, we're gonna do one more. And we're gonna hold it for, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do it once, hold for one breath, do it a second time, hold it for 2 breaths. All right, here we go. Inhale, first side, all the way over. Take another exhale and inhale. And then on your next exhale, return back to center. Second side, inhale. Pause here for another exhale and inhale. And then return on your next exhale. And then let's do that with 2 breaths. So we're going to inhale, first side all the way over. 2 full breaths here. And feel the space that you're making in that rib cage. And then inhale, exhale, release. Beautiful. Second side. Inhale, 2 breaths when you get there. And then release back to center. Beautiful. All right. So let's come back to our cat and cow to come back to symmetrical. So that was a lot of side body stretching. So let's find that cat and cow again. And since this is our counter pose, we're just going to breathe normally. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Yes. Check and see if this changes the lighting in here in just a moment. Sorry. We haven't had a lot of sunny days on our porch studio, so does that help at all? Can't tell. All right. So our next pose is going to be our twist. And we'll do the same thing, a couple of different versions of it, and then we'll add some breaths. All right, so if your legs have gotten tired from sitting, you can switch which legs in front if that's comfortable. You can always bring your legs out in front. All right, so finding this nice tall posture. We'll take an inhale here. On the exhale, turning towards the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, first side. Inhale, center. Exhale, center. Second side, sorry. Inhale back to center. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do with this is bring the arms out. Move over just a little bit. All right. So arms come out wherever comfortable. So maybe start a little bit lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, first side. Inhale, center. Exhale, second side. Inhale, center. Exhale, first side. And then back to center. Excellent. All right. Take a pause here for a moment. And then we're going to add breaths. So we'll do 1, 2, and 3 each time. So we'll inhale, lift. Exhale, coming to the left. Take an inhale and an exhale here. And then on your next inhale, back to center. Exhale, second side. Take another inhale and exhale here. And then on your next inhale, back to center. Beautiful. Let's go 2 breaths to the left. We'll inhale, lift. Exhale to the left. Inhale. Exhale. One more full breath. And then on your next inhale, back to center. Exhale, second side. 2 breaths here. Beautiful. And then inhale back to center. All right. One more time each side, 3 breaths now. So inhale, lift. Exhale to the left. 3 full breaths here. Take your time, no hurry. And finishing up the 3rd. Next inhale brings you back to center. Let's go to second side, to the right. 3 full breaths here. Finishing up your 3rd breath, and then when you're ready, coming back to center with the inhale. Beautiful. So let's come back to that cat and cow, finding our symmetrical spine. Exhale, tuck the chin, back to cat. Inhale, rounding forward, looking up cow. Beautiful. And then coming back to center. All right, so let's bring the legs out in front and pound them into the mat. If they're not already out there, give them a good shake. All right, so we're going to come into a forward fold here. So we've got the spine warmed up pretty well. So let's come into that forward fold. So we're going to do it 3 times dynamically. All right, so we're going to inhale, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Wherever the hands get to, tap the ground. Or the legs, inhale, come back up. Exhale, second time. Inhale, coming back up. And one more time, exhale. Tap down, inhale, up. Exhale, and release. All right, wide-legged forward fold. So legs are going to come out to the side. And I don't know if you saw what I just did there. Hands come next to the hips. I push in and lift up so that I'm on the sit bones. All right, so legs are out just as wide as is comfortable. They can just be with the width of the mat, a little bit wider, or maybe even a little closer. That's fine, whatever works for you today. All right, and it changes every day, so it's totally fine. Wherever you are is where you are. All right, so we're going to do a let's go forward first, and then we're going to go side to side. So we're going to inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up. Exhale, forward fold. One more time, inhale, coming up. Exhale, forward fold. Sorry. Inhale, exhale the arms to release. All right, so let's bring the arms out to the side. And we're going to go left side, right side. So here we go. So we're going to inhale here. Exhale, left hand comes to that left leg. Right arm can come up. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right hand comes to that right leg. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Back to center. Exhale and release. All right. Hands under the knees. Bring the feet back into the mat. Bend the knees. Wrap the arms around the knees. Drop the chin and rock side to side. All right, we're going to do one more while we're seated here, and then we will change positions. All right, so bringing the soles of the feet together. Let's see, back a little bit. Okay. So the soles of the feet are together, knees are out to the side. However close your feet are, bring them out a little bit more. We're not trying to get too much compression into the hips. We want them open. So if you can, bringing the elbows towards the knees, hands can rest anywhere on the legs that's comfortable. And then we're just going to gently come forward. Wherever you get to is totally fine. And since we're doing this as a cooling summer practice, I'm going to invite you to try turtle pose or tortoise pose, depending on what you've seen or heard. Maybe you like turtles, maybe you like tortoises. Okay, so to come into this, what we're going to do is we're going to walk the feet out a little bit. And then the hands come under the shins. So this can be your pose here. I know some people can get their forehead down towards the floor closer, and that's fine. They can go there. We're just going to be where we are. So however far that you want to or can fold forward, that's up to you. And let's just take a breath or two here and ease into this pose. Sometimes when we're pushing too hard to get into something, everything tightens up and we're just not there. But sometimes when we take a couple of breaths and let the muscles relax a little bit, we might find that we're going a little deeper. And then when you're ready, we're going to walk out of this slowly and carefully. So first I'm going to bring my arms back in to the center. And then using the hands, pushing back up. Beautiful. All right, so I'm gonna bring my legs straight out and do a little seated cat and cow just to get that, any tightness that I just put in the spine. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Beautiful. And then back to center. Let's see, where do we want to go for our cooling practice? We are going to come all the way up to standing from here. So if you want to come into a down dog to come up to standing, you can do that. I'm just going to hop up into a forward fold and then come all the way up to standing. Okay, now I have more light. All right. Let's see this. We'll just do that. All right. Not perfect, but neither are we. So we're just going to deal. All right. So let's come into, we're going to do our warrior one, and we're going to add another cooling breath. So we practice our Shitali, sometimes called straw breath, sometimes not. But I'm going to give you something. Somebody called it Waterfall Breath, and that's the first time I heard it that way, even though we just called it 3-part breath. But waterfall sounds really cool and cooling. So that's what we're gonna borrow that name for today anyway. All right, so let's start with coming into our Samastiti or mountain pose. All right, so big toes together. Heels a little bit apart if that's comfortable. hip width distance apart or more, whatever feels right for you and your balance today. And balance, like anything else, can change day to day. So where are we at? We are in our same. That's what Samasthiti means. Same, same. All right, so let's come into a couple cues here. That back heart alignment. So the top of the shoulders soften. The shoulder blades, the bottom points come towards each other and then in towards the heart center. So that's going to open all this up here. You can have your palms face forward. I like that for the rotation of my shoulders. You may prefer that, that's fine. And then we want to gently bring the hip points in towards each other. That's going to relax the back, sacrum area. So that little triangle where the spine comes into the pelvis. And then the last little cue here for today, there's many others, but we're going to just do those three, is the little hyoid bone. So right under the chin, in the throat, is a little bone, and that it helps us swallow. And we want to imagine that we're pulling it back behind us and then up towards the ceiling. So I'll show you this way. So we tend to round. So back heart alignment, and then pulling this back here and up there. So I think I probably grew 1/2 inch just by doing that. All right. So 1 or 2 more breaths in this beautiful, tall, posture improving position. And then let's come into movement again. All right, so we're gonna do some warm up with our warrior 1, and then we're gonna add that waterfall breath in because it's cooling, yay. All right, left foot out, right foot forward. And let's just start with the knees today. So this is our start position with the front leg straight. We're gonna inhale here. On the exhale, bend that front knee. Inhale to straighten, exhale, bend. So if you want, you can look down at that knee to see that we're coming in. We don't want to be going out or in. We want to keep that knee tracking. Beautiful. And 1 or 2 more. And then the next time you have that knee bent, push in and step it back. All right, other side. Turn that right foot out, step this left foot forward. Same thing on this side. Inhale with that leg straightened. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale. And exhale. And again, if you want to, look down and check that knee. See if it's tracking. We don't want to go out or in. Excellent. And then next time that knee is bent, push off and step it back. All right, so let's add some arms. And one of my favorites, we'll do that first. All right, I'm gonna go this way. So turn that left foot out, step that right foot forward, fingers together out in front. We're gonna inhale, arms open, bend that leg. Exhale, straighten the leg, fingers back. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Sorry. Excellent. Okay, let's release the arms and step back that first foot. We'll do the other side. Right foot out, left foot forward. Arms out in front. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Excellent. And then release the arms, bend the knee, push up, step back. All right, let's add either cactus arms or arms straight up so we can do our waterfall breath. All right. So a foot out again, right foot forward. And then you can either bring the arms into cactus arms, or if you want to bring them straight up by the ears, that's fine, either way. And so what we're going to do is we're going to inhale up, bend the knee, arms come up, and then we're going to take 3. It's one exhale, but we're going to break it into 3 parts. So kind of like a waterfall. So you want to go, if you know we know we're going to do 3 parts for this exhale. So release a third of the breath each time. Okay, here we go. Inhale, and then exhale. And we're going to bring the arms down a third each time. Exhale again. Exhale all the way. And then moving the knee with that too. All right, let's do that again. Inhale. Exhale 1/3. Exhale another third. Exhale all the way. And then if you want to try the cactus arms, I'll show you that. Inhale. Exhale. 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 Excellent. All right, let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. 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 Last one. Inhale. Exhale. 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 Beautiful. Bend that leg. Push off. Step back. Let's do the other side. Right foot out, left foot forward. And again, you can do arms straight up, or if you want to switch to cactus or vice versa. Anyway, it's fine. And even if you don't want to bring your arms up, if your shoulder's bothering you, you can do your hands at the heart and still do the same breath. Inhale. 3-part exhale. 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 Again, inhale. Exhale. 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 Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale. Second, third. Third, third. Beautiful. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 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 All right, last one. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale. All the way out. Bend that leg, push off, and step it back. Excellent. All right, so what else do we want to do while we're standing up for cooling? Let's come into our, sorry, I'm going to cough again. All right. Let's come into pyramid pose and triangle. So to get there, let's, we're going to do it from the ground up. All right, perfect. Because this is, in theory, more cooling than coming from the top down. So we're going to come down to our hands and knees. If you have knee issues and you want to, you can use a blanket. If you don't have blocks, you can use a chair for this. So we can do that. I'm going to use the blocks because I think you can see me a little better, even though the lighting on our porch studio is not perfect, but that's all right. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to come into, I don't need this because I'm on the rug and the mat. All right. But just to show you that you're always welcome to use it. I'm going to come back just a little bit here. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is open up the hips a little bit for our triangle pose. So let's bring the right foot, no, let's do left foot forward first because we did all of that warrior one with the right foot forward first. So if you can bring that left foot straight up, that's great. If not, bring the blocks over so you have room to bring it up, and then center the foot in front of the hip. All right. Let's do a little lunge with the arms up if you'd like. So foot stays where it is. Hands are on the blocks or on the floor. You bring the hands up to that left knee. And then from here, if you'd like, bring the arms up overhead. And you can cactus arm or have them up by the ears. And then bring the hips forward if you like, or stay up. And then we'll bring the hands back down to the blocks. And then we're gonna switch knees. So bring that left knee down, bring that right foot forward or out and around. Centering that right foot in front of that right hip, sorry. And then let's come up into arms above the head. So hands on the knees if you'd like. And then arms come up. Excellent. And then hands come down. And then hands come down to the blocks or the floor. We'll tuck that knee back under. So now we're going to come up into our triangle pose. So we'll bring that left foot back up. And when I come into a triangle pose from the low lunge, I bring my foot further out than the blocks. So that may not be the case for you. Try it and see, but that's where I'm at. All right, so I'm going to curl the toes of my back foot. So that's my right foot right now. And then on an inhale, you'll lift the hips up towards the ceiling. And then pivot that back foot so that that heel, you can't really see, that heel comes down towards the floor. All right, and this can be your pose right here. And if you're ready and you'd like to, you can bring that right arm up towards the ceiling for a full triangle. So this left hand is on the block or on the floor. If it's on your leg, just be careful you're not pushing on that knee. And then from here, I'm going to bring this right arm down and come into pyramid from here. So I'm going to pivot my back foot so that the toes are pointing to the front of the mat. So both feet are pointing the same direction. And then you can stay right here. Or if you want to come deeper, hands can come to the floor or hands to the heart and then folding over that front leg more. And then coming back up, hands to the blocks. We're going to come back down to that right knee. So I'm going to send my foot back a little bit so I have room to come down to that knee. And then we'll bring this left knee down. And then my right foot comes forward to do it on the other side. So you can swing it around or pull it through. All right, and I have my foot forward a little bit from there. Curling the toes of the back foot. On an inhale, lifting the hips up towards the ceiling. So then from here, I'm going to pivot that back foot so the heel comes down to the floor. We'll do our triangle first. Right hand stays on the block or on the floor or on that right leg. And then when you're ready, if you'd like, bringing that left hand up towards the ceiling. Beautiful triangles. Looking up towards that left thumb or down towards that right thumb, wherever you like. And then left hand comes down, and then let's find that pyramid. So I'm going to pivot that back foot again so that both feet are facing or pointing towards the top of the mat. And then you can stay right here. You can come down to the floor. Bring your hands to the heart and folding over that front leg. And then hands come back to the block. And then we're going to come back down to the floor. So I step my back foot back a little bit. Knee down to the floor. Other knee down to the floor. And then sitting back on the heels. That might not be comfortable, but we're going to come into a child's pose. So come down to the forearms if you like puppy pose, so the hips stay up and the arms come down. Or if you're coming into child's pose, knees can come out wide to make some room for the abdomen. And then you can do whatever works for you for the rest of your child's pose, stacking the fist, using a block or a blanket, or simply bringing the forehead down to the floor. So we'll take a couple of breaths here in our child's or puppy pose. Feeling the coolness of the earth. And then when you're ready, let's come up to seated. And then we'll do forward fold, and then we'll come on to the back. All right. So coming up, bringing the legs up a little bit, and we're back in the dark again. All right. So we'll just do 3 quick forward folds here. So inhale, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold, tap the ground. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming up. And one more time. Exhale. Inhale all the way back up. And exhale and release. Excellent. All right, so down to our backs. So I'm going to come this way, I think. All right, so there we go. Okay, close enough. All right, so let's come into our Asanas first. Bringing the knees up into the chest, hands on the knees, toes pointed up towards the ceiling. On the exhale, knees come in. Inhale, release. If it's more comfortable, you can bring the knees out wider. All right, now we're going to do a 3-part LOL here. So bringing the knees back closer together, or as close as comfortable. On the inhale, we're going to bring the feet up towards the ceiling, arms come up overhead. And I'm doing cactus arms because I have stuff in the way here. Exhale, bend the knees. And then you can bring the arms straight overhead if that's comfortable, or cactus arms if that's more comfortable. Or hands to the heart if either one is uncomfortable. All right, so the second time we're going to bring the legs out a little bit wider. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to knees. And then the third time, just as wide as is comfortable. Exhale, back. Beautiful. 3 more Asanas. Exhale, knees in. Inhale, release. Beautiful. And then bringing the feet down to the mat. And then let's come into our bridge pose. So the first round, we're going to come in and I'm going to scooch down this way a little bit. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay, so the first round, we're just going to move the hips. So we want to bring the heels as close to the body as comfortable. Knees, hips, and heels are all lined up. Arms down by your side. We're going to use the arms to help us lift the hips. So we're lifting from the top, the hip points up. On an inhale, lifting the hips. Knees go away from the body, so we've got kind of, I like to think it's called bridge pose, but I like to think about a suspension bridge so that it's hanging that way. And then exhale, release. Nice and slow. Again, inhale. Exhale, release. And one more time. Inhale. Lift the hips. Exhale, release. Beautiful. All right, the next round, we're going to add the arms. Here we go. So we're going to inhale, arms come up, hips come up. And you can cactus arm here too. Exhale, arms come down, hips come down. Again, inhale, arms up, hips up. Exhale, arms down, hips down. And one more. Inhale, arms up, hips up. Exhale, arms down, hips down. Excellent. And then we're going to do one more round. We're going to add an extra breath in. So we're going to inhale, arms come up, hips come up. On the exhale, just release the hips. Nice and slow, take your time. Another inhale. On the exhale, arms come down by your sides. Two more rounds, or two more times. Inhale, arms up, hips up. Exhale, release just the hips. Take another inhale. On the exhale, arms down by your sides. Excellent. One more time. Inhale, hips up, arms up. Exhale, release just the hips. Take another inhale. Exhale, arms down by your sides. Excellent. And let's do Apanasana for our counter pose. Exhale, knees in. Inhale, release. Knees in. Inhale, release. Exhale, knees in. Inhale, release. Couple more if you need them. And then when you're ready, feet come down to the mat. And then bringing the legs all the way straight up. Let's move just the arms here. So again, if it's too much for your rotator cuff to bring your arms straight up overhead, you can always cactus arms, so you're just bending at the elbow, or even snow angel arms where the back of the hand slides up and going again just as far as is comfortable. All right, so any of those three options, here we go. Inhale, arms up, or all three. Exhale, arms back down by your sides. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Last one, inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms back down by your sides. Beautiful. Let's do one more movement. We're going to move just the wrist. So you can bring the arms a little bit away from the hips. And we're going to inhale, start with the palms down. Inhale, lift the thumb up towards the ceiling, rolling over the pinky so that the palm faces up. Exhale, roll it back down. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. And then let's prepare for our pose. So whatever that looks like for you, a blanket under your head. Ideally, the forehead is above the chin. So you can bring a little blanket under there, a blanket over you if it's cooled down a lot for you, since we did a cooling summer practice. If you have a chair, you can bring your legs up on the chair. Whatever your relaxation pose looks like for you, come into that. I'm going to sit up so I can do a full body relaxation. So, getting any last little wiggles out. And we'll do our full body relaxation, walking up the body, starting with the toes. Relax the toes. Relax the soles of the feet, the tops of the feet, and the heels. Release the ankles. Relax the calves and shins. Release the knees. Relax the top of the thighs, the back of the thighs, and the space behind the knees. Let the pelvis be heavy and sink into the earth. Relax the abdomen. Release the rib cage and let go of breath. Relax the whole spine from the tip of the tailbone all the way up into the base of the skull. Let the shoulders be heavy and sink into the earth. Relax the upper arms, elbows, and lower arms. Release the wrists. Relax the hands, fingers, and palms. Relax the throat and the back of the neck. Release the jaw. Let the tongue be heavy and fall away from the roof of the mouth. Let the eyes be heavy and fall to the back of the head. Smooth the forehead and face. Let any last thoughts seep out the top of the crown of the head. Let the earth's gravity hold you. Let the air around you breathe you. Take the next few moments and just be. You're welcome to stay in your relaxation pose as long as you need. But when you're ready, coming back into awareness, wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, roll your head side to side. When you're ready, and again with an inhale, rolling over onto your right or left side. When you're ready, and again with an inhale, using your upper arm to push up to a comfortable seated position. To bring breath back into the body and find us safely on our way, let's do a breath of joy. How about that? So, that sounds lovely. Or sun breath number 4 is what we call it sometimes too. All right, so hands at the heart. We're going to inhale, hands sweep all the way down. You're going to hit the wall, and hit the wall. Arms come all the way up. Exhale, arms all the way down. Back to the heart. Beautiful. 3 times. Here we go. Inhale. And exhale. Again, inhale. And exhale. And one last time, inhale. And exhale. Before you go, I want to give you your mudra for the day. It is the Angushta mudra, the gesture of the thumb. So arms are out in front, making fists, thumbs stick out, and then thumb tips touch each other. So you can relax that and bring that closer into the body or out further. This is, the core quality is inner listening. Who can't do that better, right? Through deeper listening and enhanced sensitivity, I receive the guidance of my inner being. So this is good for receiving inner guidance and expressing it clearly in the world. Releasing tension from the shoulders, throat, and neck. Okay, that feels nice. Beautiful. Aligning the cervical spine, so the upper into the neck. Supporting the health of the thyroid, so that's in the front. Enhancing speaking and singing. So last time we did the havu, so maybe you want to do this with the if you want. So there you go. That is your mudra to go on with. And thank you very much for joining me today. I appreciate all of you, each and every one of you. Namaste. See you next time, Monday night at 7:30 Central Time. We will finish with our Earth element. So there you go. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Take care.